keeping your distance, working from home, or being out of work altogether, not meeting friends and family for drinks or dinner. How do we keep our spirits up and remain productive when all of our routines and favorite pastimes are completely disrupted? As we've been doing every night since the coronavirus began to spread and the ensuing panic, we are turning to clinical psychologist Dr. Jeffrey Gardere for advice and to give us some of that positive word so we can move forward and remain calm. Doc, welcome back. Good to see you.
Good to see you in these very extraordinary times, Bill.
Extraordinary. Some of these measures being put into place by the government, very draconian. Let's talk first about parents at home with their kids. They've got all this time, this crushed together family time. How do you stay productive?
Well, I think it's important that you keep the same environment that you would have had at work or school in the home. So that means getting a good night's rest, going to bed early. It's not a vacation. It means getting up at the same time that you would have gone to school. And it means doing all of your school assignments or work assignments in around the same time spans that you would have done at work. And it's important to not walk around in your pajamas, get all comfortable. Keep the routine going.
Doc, the word of this crisis has been social distancing. We've been talking about this for certainly a few days now, if not weeks. Question is, this is our new reality, whether we think it's a good thing or not or unnecessary.
That's right.
The reality is people are much more distant now. How do you recommend people cope with that?
Well, I know that we have to do, a lot of the distancing, social distancing, but at the same time, we have to keep in contact with friends and family and together begin to find ways to be able to find empowerment strategies, to be able to get groceries, to be able to take care of one another's kids. What I'm saying is it really will take a village, even with the social distancing. I know even with my friends, we're sending texts back and forth, not complaining, not being so afraid. We really need to all be courageous at this time, but more than anything else, sharing valuable information so that we can get through this.
What do you say to someone who's getting into the potential of truly desperate times? Let's face it, most Americans do not have a lot of money saved up.
Well, that's right. But panic at this time is not going to help us as far as being constructive and finding novel and different ways to be able to support ourselves and support our families. So now's the time for us to put our nose to the grindstone and begin thinking of contingencies, who we can call upon, what kind of work we might be able to do, where we may be able to pull a dollar here or there. It's going to be tough. It's really going to be very difficult, especially for people who already have next to nothing. But this is where we hope a stimulus package from the president, that we hope that local community organizations will be able to give, some information and be able to help people with some of the basics. And I see that is going to happen. It's going to be like another great society if it comes down to that.
Doc, let me ask you, do you think there's something in our psyche today? This is a very different time, and we're experiencing this flu, this sickness, this virus in a very different way than in years past. I've referenced often the swine flu of 2009. 61 million people got sick with it in America. 12,500 died. There was no panic to speak of. A couple closures here and there. Seemed that President Obama and the governors didn't have to contend with the daily drip of panic-driven media. So is it different now? And is social media part of the problem? And do we take away from this? Maybe we need to dial that back when we get through this.
Certainly, we know that there has been some social media that's just been ramping up this situation, but it is a real situation. And people legitimately, because of the unknown, they have fears. They don't know whether cities will be shut down and so on. But I think it's really important that people like you and I and other people within the media industry also not just give information, but give solutions. Not just give solutions, but help people to be courageous and bring out the best in all of us. It's going to be difficult, but we've got to soldier on.
Doc, that's why we've had you on every night. You hit the nail on the head. Courage and strength and toughness are what will get us through this and any crisis ahead. I appreciate you. Thank you, Doc.
Absolutely. Thank you.